Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. So, students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 8, that is on quadrilaterals. So, students, why is it that the chapter quadrilaterals is so important for us? Students, so the chapter quadrilateral, the importance of this quadrilateral of this chapter quadrilateral can be caused or can be realized from the fact that most of the structures or most of the objects that you see around yourself is of the quadrilateral shape. Because you see, even this blackboard or green board, as we say, even this green board, the shape of this green board is what? Rectangle. Rectangle is also quadrilateral. The shape of your book is what? Rectangular. The shape of your book is also rectangle, isn't it? You see? The shape is rectangular, no? Rectangle is what? Rectangle is a quadrilateral. If you observe the walls of your house, if you observe the one face of a building, that is what? Either a square or a rectangle. These are what? Quadrilateral. Isn't it? So, if quadrilateral is so very important for us, the benches, the desk, isn't it? The pillars, one face of a pillar, only one face of the pillar of this shape, isn't it? Isn't it? The face of the pillar is just like one face of the pillar, isn't it? One face of the pillar is also what? Rectangular, isn't it? And rectangle is also a quadrilateral. So therefore, the windows, the ventilators of your house, these are all what? Quadrilaterals. So if quadrilateral is such an important topic, means the quadrilateral is so much important in our day-to-day life. It is so much, this shape is so very visible. If you see the agricultural field also, some are of the square shape, some are rectangular shape. Even the land on which your house is made may be of the shape of the rectangle or of the shape of square if you observe properly. Okay, so that's why you see, that's why this chapter quadrilateral has been given as a separate topic in our course. Okay, so students, there are many things that is to be discussed in this chapter, but I want to discuss some very important things that students find difficulty in. Okay, students find difficulty in some very important things that we are going to discuss. Let us discuss some very good topics. Okay, so note that should be writing these things in your copy. Okay, class copy. So note that a square from a rectangle and rhombus are all parallelograms. A square, a rectangle and a rhombus. Square is also a parallelogram, rectangle is also a parallelogram, and rhombus is also a parallelogram. So next, this topic you see, students, a square is a rectangle and also a rhombus. A square is a rectangle, students. A square is a rectangle and also a rhombus. So, for a square to be a rectangle, students, for a square to be a rectangle, the square must satisfy all the properties of the rectangle, isn't it? So, students, here it is written that a square is a rectangle. So how can a square be a rectangle? Let us see, students. Yes, all sides are equal, I know, but the opposite sides are also equal, isn't it? Now we are only considering how to show a square as a rectangle. So in a square, in a rectangle, if all angles are 90 degree, in a square also all angles are 90 degree. In a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. In a square also the opposite sides are equal. You get me? Now you see, students, again if you consider the diagonals of a rectangle are equal. The diagonals of a rectangle are equal. The diagonals of a square are also equal. The diagonals of a square are also equal. So you see, a square is satisfying all the properties of a rectangle. So therefore we can say that a square is also a rectangle. Remember this very important details. Okay, these are very important for you. Okay. So as I said, in a rectangle the opposite sides are equal. In a square also the opposite sides are equal. In a rectangle the opposite sides are equal. In a square also the opposite sides are equal. In a rectangle all angles are equal to 90 degree. In a square also all angles are equal to 90 degree. In a rectangle the diagonals are equal. In a square also the diagonals are equal. So a square is also a rectangle. Okay. Now we will show that. Now we will show how a square is also a rhombus. A square is also a rhombus. Okay. So this is a square. And this is a square is also a rhombus. So for a square to be a rhombus, friends, for a square to be a rhombus, the square must satisfy all the properties of rhombus. In a rhombus, all sides are equal. In a rhombus, all sides are equal. In a square, also all sides are equal. In a rhombus, all sides are equal. In a square, also no. The square must satisfy all the properties of the rhombus. So in a rhombus, all sides are equal. In a square, also all sides are equal. In a rhombus, opposite angles are equal. Square also, the opposite angles are equal. In a square, in a rhombus, opposite angles are equal. Square also opposite angles are equal. The diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other at right angle. The diagonals of the rhombus, friends, the diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other at right angle, isn't it? The diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other at right angle. That means this diagonal, suppose if this is A, B, C, D, then AC and BD are perpendicular and AC and BD bisect each other. That means AC is cutting BD into two equal parts and BD is also cutting AC into two equal parts. In the square also, the diagonals are perpendicular bisecting to each other. These are perpendicular also. Okay, so if I consider this A, B, C, D, here also you will see that, here also students you will see that in the square also the diagonals bisect each other. Okay, and the diagonals bisect each other at right angle. So you see all the properties of rhombus are there in square also. So a square is also a rhombus. A square satisfies all the properties of the rhombus. So we can say that a square is also a rhombus, isn't it? Next, friends, next property let us discuss the parallelogram is a trapezium. A parallelogram is a trapezium. A parallelogram is a trapezium. Parallelogram and trapezium. The most important property of a trapezium is that only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. In a trapezium, students, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So, for a parallelogram to be a trapezium, if a parallelogram wants to be a trapezium, students, here I wrote that a parallelogram is also a parallelogram is a trapezium. I wrote here a parallelogram is a trapezium. So, if a parallelogram wants to be a trapezium, it must satisfy this property. Only one pair of opposite sides, this side and this side are parallel. So here a parallelogram also this side and this side are parallelogram. So obviously a parallelogram can be a trapezium also. Understood? So for a parallelogram to be a trapezium, it must satisfy the parallelogram must satisfy the most important property of a trapezium. And what is the most important property of a trapezium? The most important property of a trapezium is that only one pair of opposite sides must be parallel. And in a parallelogram, one pair of opposite sides are parallel or not? Parallel, no? So therefore, a parallelogram is also a trapezium. Understood? is not a parallelogram. A kite is not a parallelogram. Okay, a kite is not a parallelogram. Let us see, students. So a kite, okay. So this is suppose see. Okay, a kite is not a parallelogram. So students, in a kite, this side and this side are equal, and this side and this side are equal. Okay, AB and AD are equal, and BC and CD are equal, and AC is perpendicular bisector of BD. AC is the perpendicular bisector of BD. Okay, so in a kite is not a parallelogram. Suppose a parallelogram is there. ABCD. So what is the property of a parallelogram, students? What is the main property of parallelogram? The opposite sides must be parallel and equal. The opposite sides AB and CB are equal to what? No. Here see, opposite sides are not equal. You see, in a kite, students, the opposite sides are not equal, and the opposite sides are also not parallel. Okay, so a kite can never be a parallelogram. Understood? These are very, very important things, students. For understanding quadrilateral, these points must be kept in the mind always. Okay. So next, a trapezium is not a parallelogram. A trapezium is not a parallelogram. So a little before we discussed that a parallelogram can be a trapezium. Just in the last minutes before, I discussed that a parallelogram, students, a parallelogram can be a trapezium, but a trapezium is not a parallelogram. You see, a trapezium is not a parallelogram. So, see. A trapezium is not a parallelogram. Suppose you write it here. A trapezium is not a parallelogram. You see, for a trapezium to be a parallelogram, both pair of opposite sides of the trapezium must be equal, isn't it? So now, in a parallelogram, you see this one and this one are equal, and this side and this side are equal. Both pair of opposite sides are equal. In a trapezium, both pair of opposite sides are equal or what? Equal? No. And also, in a parallelogram, both pair of opposite sides are parallel. In a trapezium, both pair of opposite sides are parallel or not? Parallel? No. Did you understand? So, a trapezium cannot be a parallelogram because a trapezium cannot satisfy all the properties of a parallelogram. Understood? Because in a parallelogram, student, both pair of opposite sides of the parallelogram must be equal, and both pair of opposite sides must be parallel also. But in a trapezium, we do not find this, isn't it? So we can say that a trapezium is not a parallelogram. Next, a rectangle or a rhombus. A rectangle or a rhombus is not a square. A rectangle or a rhombus is not a square. So a rectangle can be a square or what? Can a rectangle be a square? No, because for a rectangle to be a square, students, all the sides of rectangle must be equal. What is the most important property of a square, students? The most important property of a square is that all the sides must be equal. But all the sides of rectangle are equal or what? I said that all the sides of the square are equal. So all the sides, if a rectangle wants to be a square, then all the sides of rectangle must be equal. Isn't it? Like a square. But all the sides of rectangle are equal or what? No. Isn't it? Only the opposite sides are equal. So rectangle cannot be a square. Also, what happens in case of rhombus? So rhombus, students, this is rhombus. Okay. So for a rhombus to be a square, let us see how it, how it goes. Let us try to see if a rhombus can be a square or not. So for a rhombus to be a square, all the sides of the square are equal. So rhombus, all the sides are equal, no? All the sides of square are also equal. All the sides of rhombus are equal. But one more property is there. All the angles of rhombus, all the angles of a square are equal to 90 degrees, isn't it? All the angles of a square are equal to 90 degrees. All the angles of rhombus are equal to 90 degrees or what? Is it? No. All the angles of rhombus are not equal to 90 degrees because the opposite angles are equal. Isn't it? It's just like in case of parallelogram, in the same way. So we can see that the rhombus is not